All right. Hi, and welcome to the How Plant Scientists Work series at Plant Biology 2016 in Austin, Texas. I'm Ian, and I'm here with Rishi Masalia from the University of Georgia, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how he works. So Rishi, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Rishi. I am a plant geneticist at the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia. So go Dogs. I am a fourth-year PhD graduate student in the Department of Plant Biology, and my work mostly focuses on water scarcity. So a lot of things I tell people is that worldwide, 70% of worldwide water use goes towards agriculture, which most people think that is taking a shower, brushing your teeth, but actually is agriculture. And with climate change and an increasing human population, water levels are going down drastically, while simultaneously we need more water. And growing crops with less water is already difficult enough, but maintaining a larger population is going to be even harder. So this kind of question and challenge drove me to plant biology and really study the mechanisms of drought, as well as how plants uptake water. So that's kind of where my interests lie.
All right, cool. And what's one word that describes how you work?
One word that describes how I work is probably flexible. And so I kind of use that in terms of my day-to-day routine. When I start my day kind of depends on my plants. So I grow sunflowers, and if I'm taking measurements that require me to take measurements prior to dawn, so around 5 or 6 a.m., that's when my day starts. Sometimes it's a little bit nicer and I get to wake up around 10 and kind of come into work a little bit later. But I'm also a bit of a night owl, so I kind of work a little bit later than that, around 8 or 9 o'clock. So it kind of just depends on what I'm doing that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And what's the favorite thing that you do at work?
Right now, a favorite thing, I think right now one of my favorite things that I do at work is I program or I code. So one of the things that I picked up in my undergraduate degree is I learned about a lot of bioinformatics, which is the molding of computer science and biology. And so you learn to write your own programs, learn different computer languages. And so I think I like to just kind of relax, decompress, and just program at my computer some days.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
Good. Again, what's your favorite plant?
Favorite plant, obviously, is the sunflower, Helianthus annuus, which is my study species.
Okay, yep. And you've already told us quite a bit about your project, but do you have a specific aspect of it you want to say more about?
Yeah, so one of the current projects that I'm working on right now is I'm doing what's called a multi-stress transcriptomics experiment. So I'll kind of break that down a little bit. So multi-stress is I'm looking at more than one abiotic or environmental stress. I'm looking at drought stress, salt stress, low nutrient stress, flooding, etc. And then the transcriptomic portion of this is that all plants, and they all have, everything with genetics, you can have expression. So you can turn on a gene or turn off a gene to varying degrees. So I'm really interested across these stresses, what genes are turned on that are shared across these stresses and what genes are not shared, what are unique.
Okay. Yep. No, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are not easy questions.
No, they are not.
Okay. So let's get to the interview questions you chose to answer. And
Absolutely.
What's some of the best advice you've ever received?
Okay, some of the best advice I have ever received was, again, in my undergraduate career. Prior to becoming a plant scientist, I was the traditional biology student. I was pre-med, really interested in becoming a physician. And so one of my advisors at the University of Arizona told me, hey, if you're really interested in this, you should go try it. Go shadow a physician. Go work in a clinic. If you're interested in medical research, go work in a medical research lab. And so I did all of those things as an undergraduate. And I learned quite quickly that it really wasn't my cup of tea. And so then the same advisor told me, hey, go try research in a different field. So then I found another advisor, and I did some plant research, and I loved it. And
awesome.
Here I am today.
Excellent. Okay. And what do you do when the pipette is down and the computer's powered off?
Okay. When I have free time, which is quite limited in grad school. When I do this, I was a professional artist in undergraduate, so I still kind of carry that over now, and I try to pick up a pencil, do some portrait sketches, kind of just unwind and decompress.
No, amazing. Okay. And so what do you spend time thinking about that's not your next proposal, publication, or project deadline?
Okay. So I spent a lot of my time working on science communication projects. So this is the idea of making science more accessible to the general public, or even scientists who aren't in your own field, right? And so I helped co-found two organizations. One, the Athens Science Cafe, which is a broad community group which brings faculty members from the University of Georgia or other surrounding universities to a local place like a bar. They give a 20-minute talk, and it's nice and general. The public can ask questions directly to scientists. They can interact directly with scientists. It's a really nice organization. And the second one I started was a blog group, which we now have about 44 writers, graduate students, undergraduates, postdocs.
Yep.
Ian has actually written for us as a guest blogger.
Last year. Yep.
Yeah. So basically, we try to write posts and encourage. We give advice to graduate students and undergraduate students. We write about science topics. So those organizations, if you're interested, are the AthensScienceCafe.org and the AthensScienceObserver.org. So check them out.
All right. And last thing, if you could nominate someone to do this interview next, who would you like to nominate?
I would probably say my advisor, Dr. John Burke at the University of Georgia.
Okay.
Try to get him out of his shell a little bit and answer some interview questions.
We will send him these questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Rishi, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.